folks in here. All right, everybody. Hello. It is Tuesday, September 9th. You are here for how to build a side hustle on YouTube with your expertise. My name is Albert. I'm the founder of Albert's List, and I will be your co-host today. We are a channel here or an organization focused on helping you build job search, side hustle, and AI skills, and sometimes a combination of two of those. With me today is my good friend Scott Simson. He's the founder of Raffiti Media, and he is someone I really, really admire and have wanted to have on this platform for a while because I think he's got skills, interests, and things that all of you will benefit from, especially as you go through your job search journey, or if you're already in your job search journey looking for something more to do so that you can make more income, especially in this wild, wild world where everything is getting more expensive and we just can't seem to keep up. What makes Scott qualified? He's the founder of Raffiti Media, as we mentioned, a done-for-yourself YouTube agency. He's also someone who's been on YouTube for a while, where he's combined his motivational speaking, his family, and more to rack up over 200 million views and over 400,000 subscribers. If those are numbers that you'd like for your world, then pay attention for the next 45 minutes to an hour or so. So without further ado, this will be recorded. We will be sending you the recording. And yeah, Scott, over to you.
Sweet. Well, I love doing events like this. I love doing webinars like this. I always try to ask for feedback. You know, as we're going, don't be afraid to drop your questions in the chat. And I don't usually like to structure these things as like, hey, I'm going to just speak and not listen, and then at the end, I'm going to try to go back and do Q&A. Just send me your thoughts, questions as we're going. Or if I say something that was inspiring, feel free to be like, wow, that was good. I love those little words of affirmation. It fuels me, and I'm like, okay, yes, let's go. Let's keep going. I got good stuff to share with you. The other thing that I just want to mention real fast that Albert didn't mention in his intro is I'm also the founder and co-owner of AI Marketing World, which is a
Could have mentioned that
Dallas-based.
too.
Yeah, it's a Dallas-based conference coming up in October 9th through 11th. So if any of you guys are interested in attending conferences about AI and marketing and business and want to be in a group of business owners, you can go check us out, AI Marketing World. Just Google it and you'll be able to find us. Oh, hey, there. Thanks, Albert. Nice. It's in the chat. Sweet. Appreciate it. All right, so I have a presentation. I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to be looking at my computer monitor over here, but I will try to make eye contact over here because I know that that's important as we're going through this thing. So let's go over here. This is the one. Yes. All right, go into slideshow. All right, so I call this the one-day business because we've worked with a number of people who have actually we've launched their YouTube channels and they have started making money in the very first day, myself included. I launched my business YouTube channel, and on day one, video one, we started making money. So you can, and this isn't, obviously not FTC compliant, but you can start earning revenue off of a YouTube channel in one day if you do the things that I'm going to be talking to you guys about tonight. Now, before we get into tactics and strategy, one of my core philosophies is that an effective teacher must also be a doer. And so, as Albert had told you guys before, I have a vast knowledge of YouTube because I have a long history with YouTube. I uploaded my first video in 2009. And then in 2014, my wife and I decided to take YouTube seriously. And then by 2017, we were full-time YouTubers from 2017 to 2019. And then, as you guys know, social media platforms kind of ebb and flow. Right now, we're in the middle of kind of a very interesting flow period because of what artificial intelligence has brought to the table in terms of ease and simplicity of content creation. Also, volume of content that is on platforms is making it so that way AI slop, anything that looks overproduced, is kind of being categorized into this AI slop category. And it's making people really like pivot back to, I just want to talk to a human, or I want to listen to a human. And in any format that they produce content in raw, raw content, just turning on YouTube and speaking, turning on TikTok and speaking is doing really, really well right now. And I think it will for the next 18 months to 2 years. So it's a very good opportunity to get in. Anyway, back to some of my roots. And this isn't a pat on the back. I just want to share with you guys so that way you know all of the information I'm sharing tonight is coming from personal experience. So this was my family vlog. My wife and I started a family vlog where we had written a couple of books and we're just like, how do we share the message of these books? And we're like, well, the best way to share the message of our books is by sharing what we do on a daily basis and how we live to be good examples to the people around us. Uh, so we included our kids. We made a ton of content. Over 1,000 videos on this channel, got up to about 350,000 subscribers, over 150 million views on this channel, and it was very successful for us. We made a significant income from it, and it was very successful. So these are some of the companies that I've worked with: VTech Toys, Mattel, HEB, Amazon. So some of the bigger companies that we've worked with. And then this is my brand, Raffiti Media, which is our done for you YouTube agency. And then Yoink It. Yoink It is our AI product. And I'll talk a little bit more about Yoink It later on, just simply because there's a lot of opportunity in the AI SaaS tool, like the SaaS tool world right now. And so there could be some good opportunity for you guys if you're looking for side hustles. It's like, okay, what tools can I create vibe coding or using ChatGPT that I could sell to a community or I could sell on YouTube? So like I said, my wife and I are authors. I'm a speaker. I've spoken on a number of different stages all across the nation. Full-time YouTuber for a couple years, consultant, and then founder of these companies. So I've been around the block, you guys. Everything again that I teach is coming from personal experience. This is our I forget that I have this slide in here. This was our original conference. This was Video Marketing World. It was founded in 2017, and then this year we transitioned to AI Marketing World because there's a lot of conferences that are teaching video and not a lot that are teaching AI. And we're like, okay, well, this we could seamlessly kind of tie in AI into video, but from a broader perspective, AI into marketing is a really good it's a really good niche to be building a community in right now. These are some of our clients. I just want to kind of roll through some of these folks. This is Russell Brunson. Some of you guys might know him. He's the founder of ClickFunnels. Here's Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban is we've done a lot of business with Mark Cuban companies. He's like just like he is on Shark Tank. That's how he is when you have him on podcast. This is Cassie Ho. Some of you guys might recognize Cassie Ho. She's the founder of Blogilates. And let's see here. And Lewis, I'm going to get to your question here in just a second. And bump. Tim Ballard, he's the founder of Operation Underground Railroad. They rescue kids who are victims of trafficking. Let's see. Here's another one. This is Dean Graziosi. Some of you guys might recognize him. He used to be in a lot of infomercials in the late 90s, early 2000s. He's Tony Robbins' business partner. I'm sorry, where I'm at, it's late. It's 7 o'clock here, and I'm like, okay, mind is wearing is kind of like slowing down, and so I have to like give myself a little extra pep. So I'm going, make sure I'm giving you all you guys excited. And Jordan Page. Jordan Page is the founder of Fun, Cheap, or Free. She's been featured on TLC, and she's a great businesswoman. One thing that here's some of our success, some of our results for some of our clients: millions and millions of views. Blah blah blah. Not a pat on the back, just again showing you guys some of our credibility. But all of these people have one thing in common: they're not influencers. They're business owners. They're business owners first. So, um, uh, so the point that I'm trying to make is that YouTube is not just for people who just want to be like, hey guys, look at me. I'm gonna dance on TikTok. It's for people who are legitimate business owners, can build massive brands and make millions of dollars off of YouTube as a lead machine or as a sales tool. And that's the power of YouTube. And that's what I'm going to be discussing tonight. So let's see here. Lewis, YouTube has raised the bar really high for monetization. How does the day one results work today? That's a great question. So what I mean by this is that uh you're 100% right. You're not going to get monetized on day one. But what can happen on day one is you make a video about a product, let's say an affiliate product on Amazon. Hey, you guys, so I have these little fidgets. This is my little dangerous fidget. It's a little knife that is attached to a carabiner. And so I whip this around all the time. And I bought this on Amazon. It was, I think, $12. This is something that I use every single day because I play with it. If I were to create a video about fidgets or about anything, and I talk about my fidget like I'm doing right now, I could say, hey guys, I got a link in the description below for you to get this little fidget. Now, it's a little bit dangerous, but it is very fun and it allows you to kind of slice and dice things as you're doing webinars like this. Link is in the description below. And if you're part of the Amazon influencers or Amazon affiliate program, you can get your own custom link, and then you can earn 4% every time someone buys something like this. So we have a lot of these little things working for us in the background, a lot of affiliate links working for us in the background. And if you start a YouTube channel today and you talk about something that you can sell, then you can make a commission on something on day one. And that's how most of our clients have made money, is they either have their own products or they're selling an affiliate product on day one. Great question. Please keep them coming. Okay, why video? Well, it's the most popular form of content. It's the easiest to retain, most sought after to learn about products. TikTok here, I add this TikTok breakdown here because the TikTok shop generated $33 billion globally in 2024, and 9 billion of that was in the United States. So I'm always like, get your money. If you have it in you to review products day in and day out and create clever content to sell stuff on TikTok, you can make a significant amount of money just by being a partner and selling things through the TikTok shop. Video also increases conversions on landing page, increases organic traffic to your websites. We have some really interesting strategies that we've done for some of our clients where they embed all of their YouTube videos in their blog posts, and it enhances the SEO on those blog posts, and then also drives more traffic back to their YouTube channel. So it's kind of like fueling itself. It's kind of cool. Customers want it. And here's the most important aspect of this, you guys. Awkward people can do it. So no excuses. If I can do it, anyone can do it, because I'm a bit awkward. My other core philosophy is that YouTube should be the center of your content marketing strategy. And I think I have another slide here that next is talking about why YouTube. Let me see here. Actually, before I do that, let me just finish up here. All of these other social media platforms, they're timeline oriented. What you post today is most likely very difficult to find in 48 hours from now. And I would know this specifically for myself because I post like 10 times a day on Facebook right now, and I can barely find my own stuff. So any platform that is more timeline oriented, you have less likelihood of your content being successful for long periods of time. With YouTube, your content can stay on the platform and be indexed for forever. My highest viewed video has 32 million views. I'll show it to you here in a second. And I made it 10 years ago and it still gets views today. It still crushes. So from a side hustle business owner perspective, like that's a huge benefit to posting on YouTube. Now, it does take a little bit longer to rev the engine of YouTube, but if you can start grinding and you stay consistent, like there is nothing better than YouTube. It's great. Okay. Here we go. Why YouTube? That is my next slide. People want community. So it's a great place to build a community. And the reason it's a great place to build a community is because there's so many different features of YouTube. You can do shorts, you can do longs, you can do podcasts, you can have a community tab where you drop like little Facebook posts there. There's so many things that you can do with YouTube that make it great for community development. The content, like I said, can remain evergreen. Content is cataloged, so it's really easy to find. How many of you guys have ever gone to like TikTok and you're like, man, I want to see that video of that one creator, and you're just like scrolling and scrolling and scrolling until you find it. And then because there aren't really like, it's hard to have custom thumbnails on TikTok, it's hard to find the videos that you've already seen because they all look the same. There's many different streams of income on YouTube. You can have you could get rewards for doing live streams. You can there is a YouTube shopping feature now. There's ad revenue that comes in being part of the partner program. You could do affiliates, you could do, I mean, the sky's the limit. There's so many options for how to make money with YouTube. And it's a search engine. Like I said, like it's the second largest search engine, so your videos stay forever. And it also feeds Google. So Google and YouTube are integrated together, and so your videos can be indexed on Google. Give you an example. Here's some of our old clients. We don't work with the twins anymore, but they were a great case study for us, so I still talk about them. So the twins, when we started with them, they actually had 13,000 subscribers, and they were doing mostly how-to videos. But what was kind of cool is when I came in, I was like, "Hey, let's get you indexed on Google." And I did a bunch of competitive research, and I was like, "Okay, tankless versus tank water heater is a search term that a lot of people are looking for on Google, and there are videos that are attached to that search term." So I said, "Make a tankless versus tank water heater video, and it'll get indexed on Google." And then here it was. It got indexed on Google. Oh, I guess this was years ago. My goodness, 5 years goes so fast, doesn't it? Sheesh. And it got 176,000 views on coming from Google, and it drove a ton of business to their LA based plumbing business. Huge, huge benefit. So YouTube and Google, very integrated. All right, and yeah, here they are. This is when we stopped working together. They're at 443,000 subscribers. I think they're now right around 490,000. So they're still doing pretty well. And then it's not just Google, you guys. It's also, here's Bing. This was from Bing. So Bing is looking for it. All search engines are looking for it. And I would venture to guess that ChatGPT is also looking for it. And these LLMs are going to be featuring videos from YouTube because it's the largest catalog of video content. Okay, search engines want your content. That's all to say. Search engines want your content, and it works for local traffic. So if you're building a, yeah, 8% of, oh, that's awesome, Albert. Very, very cool. Thanks for sharing that. That's really helpful. That's actually something I'm going to talk about. I'll talk about that on social media too. That's great. And it works for local traffic too. So again, the Twin Home Experts, they're plumbers in Los Angeles, and before we started working with them, they were driving in about, I think they had driven about $250,000 in total sales from YouTube. And by the time we were done with them, they were doing about $2.5 million a year in YouTube leads. So they were crushing. Okay, I always like to throw this slide in there because, from a business marketing perspective, here's kind of a, comparison. Now, it's not apples to apples; it's a little bit apples to oranges, but you'll understand what I mean here in just a second. Okay, so if we're comparing traditional marketing, traditional sales, traditional, lead generation to being a content creator, here's my breakdown. So the average person can make 64 cold calls a day with the 3% close. The average person gets 3% close rate. And if they do that with a $100 product, they make $200 a day. 365 days a year, they make $73,000 in that year selling that $100 product with a 3% close rate. No vacations, work on the weekends, no Sundays off. Content creator, on the other hand, if you spend one day making one video, it gets 10 million views, and you have a 1/10,000% purchase rate. So you're selling an affiliate product, and you get one out of every 10,000 views ends up purchasing. That's 1,000 sales of a $100 product, $100,000 a year. Again, as long as views keep coming in. Now, a lot of people are like, 10 million views is a lot, Scott. I'm like, yeah, it is. It's a lot. But what if you had 20 videos that got 500,000 views, or 40 videos that got 250,000 views? Is my mathing? I think that's right. It's much more doable. And I know people who do this all the time. So yeah, again, apples to oranges a little bit, but the point that I'm trying to make is that content, if you focus on content, then you can have kind of an automated lead or sales machine that you're building. Yeah, the challenge is getting views. It seems so challenging. So hopefully what I teach you here in just a few minutes will kind of help break that down a little bit and maybe give you um, a little more hope because it can be very confusing. Be very confusing. Okay, so let's do ads versus organic because we did cold calling versus organic. So if you start a business, a side hustle, I know a lot of people are like, run Facebook ads. You can drive traffic immediately. And I work with a lot of clients that are very much into direct response. They post a video, they put ad spend behind it, they drive traffic to their websites, and they sell stuff. We've even done that before. So with Facebook, you spend $3,000 on ads. If you book 60 sales calls and close 20%, you get 12 sales of a $1,000 product. So you make $12,000 with your $3,000. So 12,000 minus 3,000, and you make a net profit of $9,000. But if you turn your ads off, then you're dead. Your sales are dead. YouTube, on the other hand, if you get just 120,000 views per month and you get a 1/10,000th of a percent purchase rate, again, you get 12 sales of that $1,000 product. That's $12,000 a month. And as long as you continue to get that 120,000 views, this could last forever. That's the thing. Like I have channels, you guys, that I don't even try on anymore. They've just been sitting for years. In fact, my family vlog has just been sitting. I don't post on it. I think the last time I posted on it maybe was a little over a year ago, and I still make money from that channel. I still get thousands of views every single day on that YouTube channel because YouTube is that's the way that YouTube works. That's the power of YouTube. But you can't get that with Facebook ads. All right, let's get into some tactical stuff. All right, pick a niche and title correctly. So, step one, step two, pick your niche. You got to clearly define who you are, who you're talking to, what you're talking about, and then stick with that. If you're, was it you, Monica, who said that you had the Bible channel? I think it was. Yes. Okay, cool. So, Monica has the Bible channel, and from what I could tell, I clicked on it and I looked at it, and it's like she didn't really deviate from Bible stuff. Now, if Monica had a Bible channel and then all of a sudden she's like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do a video on pruning an apple tree today. That would confuse the algorithm. And the confused algorithm doesn't know who to get your audience, who to get your videos in front of from an audience perspective. So pick a niche and stick with that niche. And then if you're like, but I enjoy three different things. Well, if there's some overlap, then I would say try to figure out a way to spin them all together. If there really isn't any overlap, you just want to focus on creating one channel at a time and one niche at a time. And then titling correctly, titling is 50%, let's say 40, 46% of the effort. And then 46% is uh is thumbnailing, and then 8% is your video. So the first goal is to win the click. So I've got two videos here. These are very old videos on my channel. I thought that if I made a video called Sniff the Tooth, that would generate a lot of curiosity and interest. But the problem is that nobody's searching for Sniff the Tooth. There are very few people. 453 people, I guess, are. They're interested in watching a video about sniffing a tooth. My daughter's lost her tooth and she put it in this little thing and then she was sniffing it. And I was like, that's disgusting. Let's title it Sniff the Tooth. Okay, 453 weirdos were interested in sniffing teeth. Well, check this out. Here's a video called How to Build Confidence. 3 quick tips. 56,000 people were interested in that video. Why? Because more people are searching for this than are searching for Sniff the Tooth. Simply because more people are searching for this. And the way that I structure this title is good anyway. Here's how to build confidence. It's a huge keyword grouping. And then 3 quick tips is the promise that you're going to get value fast. And it sets an expectation. So title correctly. Confusion kills channels. Repeat after me. Confusion kills channels. Type it in there. Confusion kills channels. Okay. So here is how nobody typed it. Oh, there it is. There it is. Thanks, Albert. I appreciate it. Albert's the winner. Um, Here's how we typically structure YouTube channels. We have one overarching umbrella category, and then we have different content verticals, subcategories. Thank you, Valeria. I appreciate that. Um, you made my night. So one umbrella category, and then subcategories underneath that. Okay. This is very simple. Like this should be like 101. But I will tell you, I can't tell you how many people get thrown off by this. And if you're wondering, like, hey, what about this? Ask ChatGPT. Be like, hey, I've got this umbrella category for my YouTube videos that is about law, and I'm thinking about doing a video on pastries. Not a good idea. ChatGPT will tell you. Not a good idea. Don't do it. Your sub verticals, your verticals should be different segments of your umbrella category. Let me just show you. So like here was one. This is we call this the title sheet. Very complex. Um, okay, hold on a second. Let's see here. Can you have more than one channel? Of course, of course. Yes, I have. Holy moly, I probably have a dozen channels. I've got faceless channels. I've got podcast channels. I've got all sorts of channels. I test a lot of channels. Uh yes, unless it's for cottage law for selling pastries. Yeah, so again, if there is a crossover in the Venn diagram, right? Here's my two circles in the Venn diagram. If there's a crossover there, and you can neatly fit that into the crossover in your Venn diagram, then you can make a subvertical out of it. You can make a subcategory. All right. Ask if you act as if you're Scott Simson and suggest topics. Nice. Thanks, Albert. I appreciate that. The more you say my name on ChatGPT, the more ChatGPT will know about me. And I really like that. Yay. Okay, perfect. All right. So here is our title sheet. This is for somebody in the finance field. Okay, so a couple subcategories, few subcategories. Recession. Series one is recession. Here's a subtopic. Debt free. Stock market. So here are our ideas for each of our different verticals. How to make money in a recession. Recession proof stocks. Recession proof your business. What will happen to my job in a recession? What's funny is I made this, I think I made this originally over COVID when everybody's like recession, recession, recession. And what's hilarious is nobody stopped saying recession. It's been a constant recession for the last 5 years. Yay. Debt free. How to start your debt free journey. How to live debt free during a crisis, recession, depression. Debt free in 24 months. Action plan. Okay. Stock market. Is it safe to invest in the stock market? What are the best stocks to buy during a recession? Probably. I can't zoom in because this is a screenshot of the slide. Uh, yeah, maybe, but yeah, I think I might have a sample doc that I can send to people. So Albert, I can get that over to you and then you can distribute too. All right. So, this is how you build your content strategy. Overarching, overarching niche, overarching category, and then sub verticals, subcategories. And the cool thing about this is that if you follow this strategy and you put all this together before you ever start, now you have an action plan that will carry you through 4 to 6 months. If you can carry yourself through the first 4 to 6 months, you will almost always see something take off, something pop. And then once something pops, we call this an outlier. Once you have an outlier video in one of these sub verticals, now you can double down on that. I'll show you what I mean here in just a second. Start with ideas though. And you can, I don't know, I have a Google logo there. Google. Oh, that's probably why. Yeah, so going to Google or going to YouTube. And if you just type in how to, look at all these ideas. These are the most popular how to ideas. So if you're like, I want to start. I don't have any idea how to start a channel. I want to start a channel on something. Where's a good place to start? Just type in how to, and you'll start to see all these things. These are like the most popular how to's, and this might help prompt something. But I usually will say like, if I'm going to do a YouTube channel on, let's say, for example, we've got I'll show you him here in just a second. We've got a cabinet maker, a kitchen cabinet designer. They do cabinets, and this is how we start. I'm like kitchen cabinet, and then it'll be like trends 2025, mistakes to avoid, and so you start with like your key area of focus, and then you just let it autofill, and that's a really great way to grab ideas quickly. Oh, yeah, where should I begin? ChatGPT. That's another great place to begin. Another great place for ideas to come up with ideas. Now, here's the kicker. We've built a actually I'll show you an example here in just a second. We built a custom GPT. I trained a custom GPT with my years of knowledge, my entire coaching program, all of our strategies, like our proprietary strategy we use in our company. I've trained it, and so now what I can do is I could just say, come up with a content strategy for X um niche, and it will put together a content strategy exactly the way that I build it with titles, ideas, thumbnail ideas. It's amazing. So ChatGPT is deadly. Okay, let me show you. And then yeah, let me show you this. So this was built with my custom GPT, obviously with Gamma as well. If any of you guys don't use Gamma app, it's amazing for presentations. So my custom GPT, here's what I had to do. Build a unique value proposition, or tell actually this one was, oh, this was an audit of my channel. So I asked it, what is my unique value proposition? Came up with it. What are my 5 proven content verticals? And then it did a breakdown of them. Um, what is the yeah, what is the framework for my content? Read between the lines framework. Um, and then it just my custom GPT did all this, and then Gamma, I just said, Gamma, create a presentation out of this. And then it built all this for me. And here's my 8-week content roadmap. YouTube's hidden reset, the feature no one's noticing. Mr. Beast veneer rebrand is about sponsors. The faceless channels are the new drop shipping. These are all like content ideas based off of my strategy for my YouTube channel and its analysis of it. So very cool. Highly recommend using ChatGPT to help you. So here's an example of us testing. I came up with a content strategy for this guy. This is Quasi. Any of you guys know Quasi? Hand up if you've seen him. Um, hold on. ChatGPT rocks. It even fooled my ex-wife speaking to her setting. That's awesome. You have a playbook. Yes. Okay. Sorry. Let me back up here. Uh, First of all, Spencer, congrats. That's amazing. Uh, Daff Daff, I like saying that. Daff Daff, what do you mean you trained it? So with custom GPTs, you can they operate like it's almost like a small language model. So it has access to pull from the large language model, but it's trained with your set parameters. So when you go to custom GPTs, or you go to your chat GPT account and you type, or you go to GPTs on the left-hand side, you have an option to create your own custom GPT. And then you say, yes, I want to customize a GPT, and it'll say, what do you want it to do? And what I said was, I want it to think like me in terms of YouTube strategy. I want it to come up with YouTube strategy. I want it to come up with social media planning. And then I just kept feeding it all of my data, all of my training programs, all of my books, everything that I've ever written or spoken about YouTube. I trained into it. And then I just kind of made some tweaks and modified it so that way our entire team, my entire business team, my strategists that work for me, they can use it. So it's super powerful. That's how I train it. All right. Do I have a playbook? Yes. And I will talk about that in just a little bit. Cool. Keep the questions coming, guys. Thank you. All right. So Quasi was a client of ours. and we're still good friends, but he brought his stuff in house now. And anyway, I came up with this content strategy, and this is what we did. So here were our content verticals. 33rd degree, anything that we talked about was like Mason related. 33 degree related was um tended to work out on his channel. Visualization, third eye visualization, and shadow work was a good one. And so look at this. So we had this video explode, 3.8 million views, 33rd degree knowledge. It's 33rd degree is it's like a tongue twister. 33rd degree knowledge. Okay, so we did it here. And then look, we did it again. Oh, this was the original, looks like 2 years ago. 815,000 views. So we did it again here. 3.8 million views a year ago. All right. Third eye. I think this was our first third eye. Yeah, this was our first third eye. 3.1 million views. And then we did another one here, 950,000 views. And this is just showing the first two rows of our most popular. You'll see repeat after repeat after repeat. So we created these content verticals. His niche um is personal development, mindset training, manifestation. And then we found his sub verticals. And these are the sub verticals: 33rd degree, visualization, third eye, shadow work. You can see shadow work here. Here's some shadow work. Here is a shadow work here. Mirror principle was another one that we did. And then we just doubled down, triple down, quadruple down. And it took his channel. When I started with him, he was getting about 10,000 views per video, and he had 180,000 subscribers. And we took him from 180,000 to 900,000 in just about 2 years. And so it crushed. He did very well with it. That's the power of the double down, and that's the power of having that content strategy, the title strategy. All right. Do I think okay, hold on a second. Let me start with this one. Can you train it with Excel data files, PowerPoint presentations, Word docs, etc.? Yes, sometimes it has trouble with PDFs or PowerPoints. Sometimes it doesn't. I have generally most of the time I will just copy and paste text and feed it into it, or I'll do screenshots of presentations because it's really good at reading text on screenshots. Do I think faceless channels are better than traditional channels, and can they be lucrative? No. Well, it depends. It's a good question, but it really depends. In this day and age, 2025, AI is making it so difficult for makes it so difficult for faceless channels to not get ripped off. And I was just talking to somebody today, interviewing a for a new employee, and she used to work for a faceless channel guru. And the guy, what he would do is he would see something taken off, and then he would go and copy the script, copy the thumbnail, make his own version, upload, and that's how they would start getting views. Um, if everybody can do that with an easy button, then the industry becomes saturated. So then it becomes a speed, like a speed game. How quickly can you get a video out? And if you have a personal brand and I'm talking to a camera, no one can copy and they can clone me, but nobody can copy my mannerisms. Nobody can copy the way that I speak. Nobody can copy the connection that I have. And so that's what I see as more valuable between the two, is having a personal brand over faceless. You can still make a lot of money with faceless, don't get me wrong, but I value having a personal brand more. Great question. All right, here's another guy. How Ponder on Weather is another channel that we started working with. So we Pal was an interesting guy because um I was like, "Hey, who's your biggest competitor?" And he's like, "The Weather Channel." And I'm like, "Doy, of course it's the Weather Channel." So I told him, I was like, "Hey, here's what I want you to do. Put put Weather Channel at the end of every one of your titles." He's like, "Okay, I'll do it." And here it was. Here's the Weather Channel, and I put it incognito so I wasn't cheating. Here's the Weather Channel, and then here are two of his videos. So he did Winter Storm Dorothy, POW Weather Channel. Now this was years ago, so this was when he was on his come up. But he started outranking the Weather Channel for their own keyword, crushing. He got first place, second place, and then fifth place. And then Here he is now, over 200,000 subscribers, and he's full time on YouTube. This is a hobby. This is a hobby for him. It was a hobby. Now it's his full time job because he makes so much money. But I mean, you look at his thing here. Last 6 months, I made 12 to $18,000 per month with just ad revenue, which is great. $1,200 per sponsored video, which he makes videos every single day. I don't know how many are sponsored, but still $1,200 for every sponsored video, a significant amount. $2,000 a month on in affiliates, and then he has 13 Facebook sponsors now at $300 to $500 a month a piece. So he's, Pal Roy is his name. He's making 35,000. I think he's even making more now, probably more like 40 to $50,000 a month off of YouTube, just building his business on YouTube as a self-taught weatherman. And he has never edited a video. So for those of you guys who are like, I don't know how to edit. Well, lucky for you, you were born at the right time, because in 2025, you don't have to edit anymore. You're stepping in at the right time. You don't have to edit anymore. All right. How do you get video sponsored? Yeah, that's a really good question. Most of the time, it just happens organically. Once you start to get some momentum, once you start to get, even a few hundred views on a video, you'll start getting people who email you and they're like, "Hey, we've got the sponsorship opportunity. Felt like you'd be a great fit. Would you be willing to do it for $300?" And every once in a while, I'm like, "Yeah, totally. Let's do it." It generally happens organically. You can also reach out to companies. Most companies now have a social media department, people who handle user generated content or UGC content, or sponsorship opportunities. And so they'll have divisions that are set up for that. So you can reach out there. Yeah. How do you not have to edit anymore? Great question. First and foremost, a lot of Roy doesn't have to edit because he just presses record, talks for 15 minutes, then presses stop and uploads. So he has a flow down where he doesn't have to go in and cut anything out in the middle. But there's software that's out there. Like if you were to, what I mean by not have to edit anymore is meaning that there are programs that will do it for you. So like Descript, for example, if if you create a video, we call it a one take in the biz, call it a one take. If you just free speak for 25 minutes and then you upload your video to Descript you can press one button, it will edit out all of your ums and ahs, and it's all text based, it's all transcript based. So then you can look at your transcript and be like, actually, I don't like this. And you can just highlight it and say delete, and it will remove that from the video. But with one button, you can remove all your ums and ahs. And the cool thing about it, and maybe you missed the beginning, but at the beginning of this presentation, I was talking about how right now people are so worried about AI content and just being like there's just an overabundance of fake content or faceless content, and people are looking for connection with a real human being. And so they're much more tolerant of a slower paced video because they'll listen on their commute, or they'll listen when they have time, or they're just looking for connection and community. So you can get away with not editing your content now. All right. Here's another guy, Socialty Pro. So this is my buddy Austin. He's my business partner at AI Marketing World. He's created all of his content from his cell phone. Well, most of it. He blew up his channel from his cell phone, creating shorts. Look at this. This was insane when this happened. This was a few years back too, but when this happened, he got, look at this, 256,000 subscribers in 28 days. Exploded because he capitalized on shorts. He used shorts to grow his YouTube channel and exploded it. And now Austin has got, I want to say 4 million subscribers across all of his social media platforms. How are we doing on time? Oh my gosh, Albert, sorry, I'm moving kind of slow. Tell me how much time I got, Albert.
You're doing great. Keep going. The
Okay.
crowd's engaged.
All right. If everybody's liking it, I'm just going to keep rocking and rolling. All right. So 256,000 subscribers in 28 days is huge. That is definitely doable. Still, there he is, sitting back, super excited. He's a good guy. Now this is old. He's actually got like 600,000 subscribers on his channel now. He he is so good at hacking the he's been so good at like hacking the shorts game. He used to have a shorts agency. He doesn't do it anymore because he moved on. Now he builds SaaS tools. He's crushing. All right, so here's the secret. Here's one of the secrets. Strategy plus volume affects your speed of growth. I told you guys earlier, I create like 10 Facebook posts every single day right now because Facebook right now is a volume game. It is all about getting your content. Just thought of something. I had to take a note. Um, it's all about getting the triggering the algorithm with content. Every algorithm wants more content, more and more and more, because they're also feeding it to their AIs. So they're rewarding people for more content. Okay, this question comes up all the time. What if my industry is boring? Actually, let me come back here and answer a couple questions here. Okay. How easy to create an intro and outro? Um, I to be honest, I probably wouldn't even do an intro and outro. Or you're talking about like a I think when I think of intro and outro, I think of like Full House when it was like everywhere you look, that's an intro. Um, I wouldn't do intros like that on YouTube anymore. I would just get straight into the meat of your content or straight into the point of your content. What about other edits, like some minor animations? Yeah, I mean, obviously you can do those things. I'm just saying you don't have to do those things in order to build a channel. You don't have to. I still do them on a lot of my content, but then on a lot of my content, I don't. On my TikTok, I don't. I have I call it my lazy YouTube channel. On my lazy YouTube channel, I don't do anything. I just press record and then upload and then go. I'm off. But you can do all that stuff. Best way to find core partners, biggest current hurdle. Um, yeah, I mean, so long-term relationships, right? I have a couple of long-term relationships, and it's just people that have networked with. It's companies that have networked with who they like me, I like them. We do long-term business together. TubeBuddy is one of those companies, and I've done a lot of business with TubeBuddy over the last 5 years, and we support each other. And they send us business, and I make videos for them, and um, yeah. So it's really about relationship building and networking. But it doesn't happen overnight. There isn't like I wouldn't be able to say, here's an email that you should send out and you'll get a core partner. Like that doesn't typically happen. It's usually over the course of like 4 to 6 months, you start to build a relationship with the company. And then then you start working together. And then you test the waters, and then it turns into more. Do you still own the content if you use AI to edit it? With Descript, that's a really good question. I think that's, I don't know. I haven't read Descript's terms and conditions. That's actually a really interesting question. But I can't imagine, I don't want to say definitively. I don't know. Read the terms and conditions. Yeah, that's a great question though. Now I'm going to look into it. Okay. Inter Let's see. Okay. Internal partners. Yeah, I don't advise internal partners. I have a few that I've had. I mean, we've been friends for a long time, and I had to really make sure they were good. But 90% of my partnerships fail, and it's like as soon as you sign on the dotted line that you're partners, you're married to them, and one marriage is hard enough. I would know. I've been married 21 years. Pet sitting, dog walking, yeah, definitely ways to monetize that. I mean, look, right now, you guys, I have meta glasses, right? POV content is huge. Just taking people along with you as you're doing interesting things that are visual. Test the waters. Have some fun with it. Okay, let me get into this so I can keep whipping through here. So I got so many more great little nuggets for y'all. But keep the questions coming. I'll come back. All right. So, what if my industry is boring? So, this was one of my competitors. I used to own a orthodontic lab back before I built my agency. I actually left the ortho lab in 2017. So it's been, yeah, 8 years. But I had the ortho lab for 9 years. And this was one of our biggest competitors. This is one of the biggest brands for dental technologies in the entire world. Great Lakes Dental Tech. And this was their YouTube channel. They had hundreds of views on their videos. Whoop did he do? They're a big, multi mega $100 million company. And they had hundreds of views, if not 1,000 of views on their channel. And I was like, okay, how can I do this better? So here was what I did. This was a video that I made. I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a kids retainer. I'm gonna make turn into a fidget spinner. And so I turned some nasty retainers into a fidget spinner. And this video did very well. It's one of my fastest videos that I ever created. All right. Idea merging. This is a concept that I use where it's like you take two concepts. So if you want to be creative, I wasn't making retainers like Great Lakes doing stuff like that. I was making retainers with fidget spinners. So two things, merging the categories, wham, bam, recipe for success. All right. So then I doubled down. Here's the unicorn horn retainer. I'll show you how much money this one made for me here in just a minute. Double down again. Here's a mermaid tail retainer. Double down again. Here's another. I did the full horse's head, not just the unicorn horn, but the full head. Okay. And then I did this one, the turtle. It's my personal favorite. I love all the detail I put into it. Idea merging, something that is my profession mixed with something that's creative, something that I enjoyed. Got millions and millions of views on all of these videos. This video right here had just about 3 million views and made me almost $6,000 in revenue. And in all honesty, I filmed this over the course of a couple hours and edited it. You know, it probably took me 2.5 hours to film and edit. Made me $6,000. These retainers, when I make them for kids, I would get paid $32 a retainer. Nothing compared to $6,000 for making a retainer and posting it online. Not only that, but check this out. These were the comments. Can I order a retainer? Where can I buy that? Make me one. How much does it cost? Can you make me a retainer? I'm blah, 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 blah. This is when I'm like, okay, business owners, affiliates, side hustlers. This is where the power of YouTube comes in. This is why YouTube is so insanely lucrative, is because you get this. That was AdSense, John. 5,800 bucks came from ad revenue that I had on my YouTube channel. It was for that one specific video. So here's the big hang up. Everybody's like, how do I start? What do I do? You just start. I mean, I've given you like the core things. Like you got a niche, build your verticals, boom, just start. Most people are like, I want to have all my ducks in a row beforehand. I want to create videos that are going to take off from day one. Well, if you've never created a video before in your life, if you never posted on social media, or even if you have, uh, the odds of you being successful out of the gate are very, very slim. I've been doing this for 10 years and I have had a handful of channels that I've managed, that I've created, that have taken off out of the gate. Our fastest growing channel went from 0 to 20,000 subscribers in 34 days. And it was strategy and it was luck. Most of the channels that we take that we create do not work that way. You just have to start creating content. This was here's that kitchen cabinet channel that I was telling you guys about. So this is a kitchen store. We started, okay, so 2 months ago, the beginning of middle of July, beginning of July, and posted this video. And here's what I'm saying. Like when you have your categories aligned, look at these numbers. 20,000 views on this video, 25,000 on this, 21,000. Okay. Then we got a little bit of a slowdown and these ones are getting thousands. But I mean, this is huge. This is great traction for a brand new YouTube channel. This channel is going to crush over the course of the next year. Because we did all the research first, we did the titles first, all the ideas first, everything, built it all out first. Here's the back end, 185,000 views. He's already passed his watch time hours. So if you guys are interested in like learning how you can put ads on your content, you have to have 4,000 watch time hours within a year, and you have to have 1,000 subscribers. So we're up over 700 subs. We got 4,000 watch hours. And so we'll be able to monetize probably in the next month or so. And then he'll start earning money on all of his content, all the videos he's creating. And he's also doing some shorts. His shorts we created a strategy to take traffic from his shorts and send them over to his longs. Nice, Albert. Good job. Good job. All right, here's the other tactic. Tell stories. Now, I always say when you're starting a YouTube channel, you should be 80% of your content, maybe even a little more, 90% of your content should be SEO focused. It should be based off of what people are searching for to find your content. How to, or interesting topic, like trending topic. For example, I did a video on like Sam Altman's announcement for AI, and I got a ton of traffic from it because it had Sam Altman in it, and it had announcement, and it had breaking news in it, or whatever. Uh, that's how I recommend starting a channel. Very search oriented because it's very easy traffic. As you're growing, I say tell stories. Get to the point where you're telling more stories so that way you can go viral on the homepage. Now, I don't want to throw you guys off too much. This is getting a little bit into the weeds, but like, here's a story. I paid Fiverr to create a faceless YouTube channel. Okay. The idea is, okay, well, what happened? How many subs did you get? Like, you look at this thumbnail and you ask yourself a question. It got 801,000 views. This was one of our clients. I gave him this idea. He took it, rolled with it, ended up becoming his highest video. Spencer Meekum. All right, so going back to the twins, like this is storytelling plus SEO. The best way to get rid of rats quickly, very SEO friendly. The thumbnail, very storytelling-esque. Here's another one. The best way to get rid of rats quickly, shop vac. Here's the shop vac. Here's the rats. Alludes to a story. This one alludes to a story. Tell more stories. Here's one we did for OUR, Operation Underground Railroad. This was really sad, but this mom and daughter had been reunited after 20 some years. She was basically sold out of the hospital. The hospital in Ukraine or somewhere in Europe had told her mother that she passed away at childbirth, and she was sold to an adoption agency in the United States. She had no idea, and then her adopted parents had no idea, but they found out later on, and she was reunited with her birth mother, and this was the reunion. Very emotional. But the reason it got a million views is because it was storytelling, story based. All right, cruising along. One good idea. So here's our biggest YouTube video, 32 million views, and it made us $34,000. How many of you guys, show of hands, say aye, Captain, would like an additional $34,000 from one video? I would. Yes. All right. No, no, I'm good. Jump change. Oh, you guys are all richies. Like, $34,000. That was like yesterday's work. 1 hour for me. Okay. Let's go over real quick lead automation, how to create leads. And I know, we're winding down here, so I want to make sure that I whip through it, but I also want to make sure that I answer some of these questions that I've skipped over to you. So, and respect your time. How to automate leads. This was one of our first client channels that we did back in 2019. And this is actually a pretty typical trajectory for channels. So starting January of 2019, took about 4 months for the channel to take off. And you can see we were posting 4 videos a week on this channel, very SEO friendly. And then it started to really take off. 7,000 views a day. That's pretty decent on a new channel. All right. But then what happened was here's that 7,000 view day. And then we posted a couple more videos. And then she's like, I'm out of money. I'm done. I don't want to create more content. And we just let it sit. Now, if this were Facebook, if this were Instagram, if this were TikTok, Snapchat, whatever, as soon as you stop posting, your views shut off. Not with YouTube. YouTube, she continued to get 2,000 to 2,500 views every single day for years. I think she still gets over 1,000 views a day on this channel. And it's been 5 years since she posted anything. Now I told you before, 1/10,000th of a percent purchase rate. So let me show you the numbers on her channel. Oh, by the way, I always got to say this because it's nasty. Her channel is all head lice removal. How to remove head lice. It's so gross. I used to go out and film this. And I would film these and then I'd come home and my wife would be like, you need to get checked. Does that make you, I'm starting to get itchy just even thinking about it. All right, the numbers. Here we go. So 946,000 views on her channel, 447 total sales from her products or affiliate products. There was 4/10,000% purchase rate. So she had 4 times the amount of sales that is my than my example before. Okay, so here's like estimated revenue for some of our channels. Just show you guys what power of AdSense. $180,000 for these guys, $103,000. Again, this isn't a year, like a year's period of time. How many of you guys would love to have an additional 100 or $200,000 a year? Yeah, it's crazy. Here's Quasi. This was taken a while back before. Yeah, I feel it. Yes, go find it. It's oddly satisfying. There's some nasty. Her channel's called The Lice Lady. If you want to look it up, there's some nasty content on that channel. Ugh, just get sick even thinking about it. So Quasi, let me just tell you some of his success. Um, he went so when in his business, he runs a coaching business. He went from spending $20,000 a month on ads to getting paid $15,000 a month on YouTube, and he turned his Facebook ads off. So that was a net increase, net positive of $35,000. Not only was he not spending money on his ads, but he was getting paid $15,000 a month from YouTube and booking 500 calls for his business. Again, you guys, like, I can't overemphasize enough. Like, this is the power of YouTube. More people should be creating content on YouTube. More people should be building their businesses on YouTube. It's an insane opportunity right now. Billions of dollars are being paid out in ad revenue for creators. Billions of dollars. This is your slap in the face moment. I love the Naked Gun movies. They're great. Um, this is your slap in the face moment. Like, if you're serious about starting a side hustle and you're like, I don't know where to start. I don't know how to start. I want to do something online. Um, Combining ChatGPT, the power of ChatGPT AI with content creation, with building a website for lead magnets to get people to come into your email systems, to buy your products, to buy your affiliate products. It's literally never been easier. And so the question is, what's holding you back? And it's not, I'm not asking that out loud. I'm just saying, like, rhetorically, like, ask yourself that. What's holding you back? You're the only thing. You're the only thing holding you back. I forgot that was there. What's holding you back? You're holding you back. Okay. So uh I added this slide. If you guys want to talk to us about what we do, about some of our services, we have a coaching program. Um we offer consulting. We have a done for you service. We can help you build out your YouTube business. If you want to talk to us, scan the QR code and book a call. We'd love to have a conversation with you. Uh, and then I've got a, I'll give you just a second if anybody's interested in this and you haven't scanned it yet, say, hold up, hold up. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to show you this other one too. Okay. This is our business viral system. And it's a 60-page like manual on virality. It's $29. So if you guys are interested in that, you can scan this QR code and pick that up. It's very inexpensive. It's the lowest barrier of entry that we have, and very, very powerful. There's videos in there. There's a whole like manual, tons of PDFs. So take a look at that. All right, let me back up here, answer some questiones. Okay. Jump change. Let's see here with the rise of TikTok. Okay, man. Okay, 5,800. Okay, here we are. Okay, so Brian, 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours is the last I checked, I think that was to open some monetization features, but not ad revenue. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. I think it opens up the ability for you to get for people to give you, what do they call them? Bonuses. Now they can give you super chats. So you can get some monetization, but not ad revenue. But I could be wrong. But I haven't checked recently. All right, with the rise of TikTok, do you recommend putting content on both YouTube and TikTok? If yes, how do you get subscribers to subscribe to both? Um, every platform requires its own style. So you can repurpose to every platform. It's not the most optimal. I mean, it is and it isn't. Like it's so hard to post individual pieces of content to every platform. But I found that with TikTok, I've got a style that works on TikTok that doesn't work on Instagram. And I've got a style on Instagram that doesn't work on TikTok. And my YouTube shorts sometimes work on shorts and sometimes work on Instagram. I think there's more overlap with shorts and Instagram than there are with shorts and TikTok. The point being is you can repurpose everywhere, but it's always best to create according to the platform and what the expectations are of audiences on the platform. Great question. And then I say, you just watch people. I'm all about emulating, and this is how I built my all of my social media presence. All of my YouTube channels is like I watch what other people are doing, and then I reverse engineer it and do what they do. And that's the beauty of our, the custom GPT that I built, is that it's very powerful in analyzing people's content and then giving you a structure that you can then take and make your own. Okay. What was the response on the weight loss journey and healthy eating videos? I missed it. Did I say something about weight loss journey? Uh
Somebody asked a question, would losing weight and healthy eating be a good topic? Any tips?
oh, I missed that. Sorry about that, guys. Yes, great topic. So the big four categories for selling anything or just getting people excited to watch content: health, wealth, relationships, status. So if your channel checks the box on any of those four, then you generally have a large total addressable market who's interested in working with you or in watching your content. We actually have a couple weight loss channels right now that do very well. And what's cool about weight loss is that ad spenders, people who run ads on weight loss channels, pay a lot of money because there's a lot of people who are interested in losing weight, and so there's a lot of opportunity to be successful, to make good ad money. Yeah, great. Okay.
Can you pay someone to create a site for you, and how much does it cost?
Say what again?
Can you pay someone to create a site for you, and how much does it cost? I presume that's creating a YouTube page.
Yeah, create a channel. Yeah, you definitely can. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so I mean, we offer that service. Happy to talk about that with you, with anybody. If you want to book a call, we'd be happy to have a conversation with you about that and go into all that. It just really depends on what you're looking for. So it can cost anywhere from probably a couple $1,000s up to um, hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on what you're looking for. We have people that we work with on an ongoing basis that pay us, our highest pay. Yeah, maybe I don't even want to say this. We have we have clients that pay us a lot of money to manage their YouTube channels monthly. Now, not everybody is like that. Not everybody pays us lots and lots of money, but yes, there are certainly people who will do that for you. Oh my goodness. Sep, the messages are coming in faster than I can go.
Is
All
it
right.
okay to buy a YouTube channel? Is that ethical as well?
Uh, I wouldn't. Well, it depends. I have bought YouTube channels. I have a YouTube channel that I bought right now. It's a faceless YouTube channel. You want to know what you're looking at. You want to make sure that the channel that you buy was built organically and that you understand the system by which by which they use to create content so that way you can duplicate their efforts. Um, I would not buy a channel that's monetized just to get a monetized channel. I would buy a faceless channel if I understand the strategy that they use to build it, and that I know that I'm confident that I can replicate that strategy. Hopefully that makes sense.
Your Calendly link doesn't seem to be working for folks. Let me just
What?
copy and paste it fully here. I'm
Here,
trying to
I can
do the links. Um, let's
I
see.
can I can
Uh,
do that too. Is it?
I know this is a question you're gonna love because you and I talk about this all the time. Wonder what your thoughts are on cancel culture and engaging in controversial subjects.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. Um, you can't be canceled unless you allow yourself to be canceled, right? So my rule is mean what you say what you mean, and then don't cower down to people who are offended by it. And the whole thing is people will find fault with anything that you put up. Anything you put up, you will get criticized for. Did the link does the link work for the other one? I just want to make sure that it's working. Otherwise, I'll just have to paste websites into the chat.
Yeah,
I just
I'm
want
pasting the websites into the chat too.
okay. Thanks, man.
Although my
Appreciate
the Calendly seems to work when you just do calendly.com/Lenny-Raffiti,
it.
but
Okay,
once you
perfect.
choose a console call, let us know how it
Oh,
works.
you know what's weird is that actually the when I refresh, it popped up. So if you click on that Calendly link, so I was having that problem earlier tonight, and then I hit refresh, and then it worked. So I don't know if it must be a Calendly thing right now. But the other thing is you can book a call through the Get Business with Video. I mean, no, you have to spend $29, but there's also a prompt to book a call there too. So what was the question?
About getting canceled.
Yeah, so if you if you're worried about that and you have thin skin, then I would say don't dabble in it. I am no stranger to controversial content, and Albert will tell you we've had many of debates, but
I
it's
was
always
also
like,
saying you did a post on your Facebook the other day about the Mormon Church, which
yeah,
you left, and that one seemed to have blown up. So
oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, you're not a stranger to the controversy or
I'm not.
controversial.
And if anybody's curious, I am Mormon. I'm LDS, and so it's coming from my position. It wasn't anything anti. I try not to dabble in anything like anti-religious because I just don't want to. I don't. I don't like dabbling in spiritual ideology that's like negative towards someone's spiritual ideology. Never have, never will. But I do dabble in politics. I do dabble in social issues. I do dabble in Western medicine and its flaws, its many flaws. Uh, so if you can handle it, by all means, lean into it. It's great. Just don't cross the lines. There are some topics I'd say avoid with like, don't talk about vaccines. Don't talk about cancer cures. Those types of things have a tendency to get shadow banned. So be careful. Be careful.
What about creating faceless YouTube channels and creating stories by using AI videos?
So this kind of goes into this whole like AI slop argument. If anybody can go to ChatGPT and say, "Hey, write me a script that's good," right? Then ChatGPT is going to write a script that's good, and and then you have it edited, and you can have some AI services edit it. Like there's what my partner Austin, he's got a company called Syllabi, and if you create short form content, Syllabi can edit your short form content from start to finish, and then you just upload it straight to YouTube. Wham bam, you can have a video done in 5 minutes. And you have done nothing but click some buttons. The lower the barrier of entry, the higher the competition. And the higher the competition, the more that those segments of those categories get saturated. And the more saturation, the harder it is for you to stand out. So I don't recommend doing AI channels. I don't recommend doing AI faceless stuff because it's too easy to be copied. And my faceless channel that we have is uh movie breakdowns, movie recaps. So it's a little bit harder. We use AI to do almost everything, but it's a little bit harder to copy because someone has to manually edit in clips of videos in a way that doesn't get you copyright claimed. And generally speaking, like there's style behind it. So it's it's something that it's going to be much harder for artificial intelligence to copy. All right. What else we got here?
Does reading books sell well on YouTube?
Reading books. Um,
Reading other people's books, like
yeah,
making your audiobook?
I've seen that. I've seen people like rap Dr. Seuss and it's done well. I, so I would be very hesitant about that because authors are so like so if you read out of date stuff, out of copyright, I think that could work well. Like if you read The Count of Monte Cristo, that could do well. I wouldn't read like Harry Potter though. I think you get in trouble for that. Dang.
What tools are you using for text to video generation for completely faceless video channels?
Uh, I
By the
have
way, I'm sending
dabbled.
folks to book time with you on LinkedIn, so they're going to message you on LinkedIn. That's
Oh,
okay.
sweet. Yeah, that's perfect.
And I'll
Uh,
do that when I follow up. So hopefully you get a lot of messages.
that's awesome. I would say tools text to video VO3 has been the only one that I've really dabbled in. VO3 and Syllabi. And VO3 it is hilarious. I love it. I think it's so fun. But if unless you pay, a couple $100 a month, I think you only get 3 prompts a day for 8-second video, so it'll take you a while to build it.
But
Uh,
the ASMRs of, cutting corn and all that
oh
stuff.
my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Albert, I mean, again, like AI slop because one person did it, it blew up, and now 8 million other people are like, hey, Gemini, make me a video of cutting corn and make it sound really nice. It's like everybody does it. The other one that exploded that everybody did and then it died off was the Yeti. Remember the Yeti or Bigfoot videos? Everybody started making Bigfoot videos
Hmm.
and they just die. And so you just got to be super careful when you're building those things. If you find something, you're going to get ripped off immediately. You might even be first to market, but you're going to get ripped off immediately. And then the whole industry is going to be saturated with your style of content, the thing you invented, and you can't do anything about it. So it's best to be it's best to try and just be creative.
Yeah, the Albert's List YouTube channel is these webinars, shorts based off of
Nice.
those AI video cuts, and I gotta, get to putting myself on camera more often.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Personal brand.
So there,
That is so
yeah,
building a personal brand, and I want you guys to really hear me on this. Building a personal brand is your moat. It's
yeah.
your moat in the AI slop space. Your face, your voice, your mannerisms. This is why I'm like, I don't even care if I stutter, stammer, if I say ah or because this is like everybody else is going to be creating content using avatars and through HeyGen, and I'm here like just being a real human,
Mm-hmm.
hopefully likable.
The dad jokes are great.
The dad joke, and my self-deprecating humor, like that's what that's what bridges the gap. That's what people want. And so your face, your mannerisms, that's your moat.
Yeah. All right, let's see.
Can I just
I know
name
we've
that
had you for a
Calendly?
longer time now, so thank you so much for staying a little bit later. I'm gonna do one more question, I think, and then I think we'll wrap it up. So if you
Okay.
do a video about an affiliate product, is that similar to running an ad on YouTube? Are you able to do something like that?
Sorry, say that one more time. I was scrolling and then as you were talking.
So if you do a video about an affiliate product, is that similar to running an ad on YouTube? Are you able to do something like that?
So yes and no, right? So one of my one of my favorite um affiliates to do, one of my favorite like tools to do an affiliate like video on is one of 10.com. Because one of 10.com, like their top tier, I think is like $80, maybe even more than that now. And they pay you, I think it's 40% of that monthly. And so all I have to do is sell it one time and then I get paid as long as that person continues to make their payments to the subscription. Um But when I made my first video on one of 10, it wasn't an ad at all. I was talking about people were asking me if I use vidIQ or TubeBuddy, and I said, I really don't use vidIQ or TubeBuddy. I'm using one of 10 right now. And then I just gave a little breakdown of how I was using it, a little tutorial. And people are like, that looks awesome. I want it. And then they started buying. And now I've got a whole bunch of people who pay for subscription to one of 10, and one of 10 just keeps paying me every month. So tutorials, um product uses, like it's product tutorials, software tutorials. Anytime you do a tutorial, I would just say, hey, if you guys want a a bonus, I've got a link down in the description below where you can get subscription to ClickFunnels or High Level or one of 10 or Pixels or any of these other softwares that have affiliate subscriptions, and it's awesome. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, so Albert, thanks for putting the graffiti.com. I just realized though, even at graffiti.com, I use this exact same stinking link. And so I have got that embedded in the thing. The
They're
other
trying
one
to
though,
figure out how they can they get in touch with you on all these different channels. So I'm just
okay.
gonna drop your Instagram here at this juncture too.
Yeah, this one actually is not the same link.
Good.
Media. Okay. Graffitimedia.com. That is not hooked to Calendly. That's actually, I think, straight through High Level. And there's a form at the bottom there you guys can click on and fill out. Don't be scared away by the prices that are on that page. Just so everybody knows, don't be scared away by the prices. Those aren't typical. This is our that's our website for talking to enterprise clients. Um, so go to graffitimedia.com and you should be able to find it. Or hit me up on social and I'll make sure that we get a call on the books.
All right, awesome. So is everybody ready to start their YouTube side hustle or try to make something full time? So type yes in the webinar chat. Love to see how encouraged all of you are after an hour and a half here. Yeah, nice.
Nice.
Look at that. Look at that.
Fantastic, guys.
All
Oh, I
right.
got a C. Yes.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, then get in touch with Scott. Take some of his tips that he's used today. We'll be sharing this YouTube video, the YouTube for this recording right after this. So watch out for that in your inboxes coming from Eventbrite. Yes, I guess some of you are encouraged but still lost. Totally understand. Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh,
Somebody's.
real quick, just to answer John's question. John, so you'll get sent an email with login details, and then you'll log into the back end. There's a members only portal there, and then you'll have access to some videos and some docs and all sorts of stuff.
Awesome. So,
Okay.
thank you all so much. We have so many other videos and webinars coming up. We look forward to seeing you again soon. And best of luck as you build your side hustle. We look forward to your success stories. And thank you, Scott. It's always good to have you here. Hope to have you back, and we'll see you again soon as well.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate you. Thanks, everybody. See you
All right.
guys.
See you all. Bye.
Bye.